What is going on out there, peeps? Okay, yesterday I kind of dropped a little bit of a bomb on you guys, and it brought up a ton of questions, and I've been getting bombarded. Okay, so I want to play an interview, a couple pieces from this interview. Listen to what these people are talking about when it comes to gold and silver. Now, I don't want you to panic and try, and you feel like you don't have enough time to buy gold and silver. Don't panic. But at the same time, I don't want you to drag your ass, if you get my drift, okay? Again, I can't stress this enough. I played a video many times. You guys heard me show you the video where the man saying that at our feet is a once in a lifetime opportunity. He said it many a times. Of course, he's talking about making sure you're in position with gold and silver, okay? So, quick reminder, I have Pimpy's Investment Chat. It's the same name as my YouTube channel. And here we do talk about gold and silver, cryptocurrencies, foreign currency investments as well. All this in here is investments and investments only. Over here, the hidden things in front of your eyes, we talk about NESARA, GESARA, current events, political things, and some things that most people think are conspiracy, all right? You guys, there's a link in the description. It's free to come and join. We do share a lot of information in there. So I'm talking about this article. I showed you this. So if this is true, I'm just going to put this out there. Again, I'm not telling you that it is going to be true. There's no way to know. But we've heard Trump say a million times, man, that he wants us to go back to the gold standard. We're going to get there one way or another. All right? This one movement that Trump wants to do changes a lot of things around the world. It changes the values of currencies. It changes the assets being held by countries and banks around the world. This is very interesting. Okay, so just a quick, I know you guys, some of you have or have not heard it. If you scroll down here, this is what I'm talking about, especially this section right here. It says, there's rumors of big fear that the IMF may opt out to remove the U.S. from the global SDR basket, effectively reducing the U.S. veto rights from the world stage. And SDR then would step closer to replacing the greenbacks as the world's reserve currency. It's that time. We do this every 100 years or so. We switch reserve currencies. But having said that, here's the interesting part and why I said this might be our opportunity to swap out our currencies. Considering the potential damage that the Fed's QE will inflict on the dollar, weakening its status as the world's currency, the potential the IMF move towards replacing the greenbacks with SDRs would cause a massive devaluation of the dollar, possibly up to 80%. So what does that mean? That means if our value drops 80%, other currencies against us obviously go up 80%. Does that make sense? You need a positive and a negative on your T accounts. I'm talking accounting. You need a credit and a debit equaling the same. So if we drop 80%, it only makes sense that other currencies go up 80%. Anyways, it goes on over here to talk about how Trump is talking about we're going to have the new dollars would be pegged to gold, possibly at a modest starting point at 10,000 or even higher. That's per ounce. Told you we have a revaluing coming up. I told you also there are some things we need to take a look at really quick here. Okay, there are some resistant levels and levels that I figure would trigger. And as I go through and I read what's going on and listening to the experts talk, for the most part, we are just about there. I told you if gold hits 1900, it's going to take off like a bat out of hell. It really is. But what's freaking me out is how fast silver is going up. It continues to climb at a very rapid pace. Look at that, 1975 today. I told you there might be a time where these guys might try to find a way to artificially pump the market and drive down the value of gold and silver. But in my opinion, I felt like it was too late. There's already a worldwide scarcity on silver. As a matter of fact, now people are selling gold and silver way above spot price. I mean, the premiums are high. Why? Because they know what we're seeing right here as the value is inaccurate. It's not an accurate value of gold and silver. All right, we're going to talk to this. We're going to listen to this guy named Andrew McGuire. I'll leave a link to his thing, but he has a guest on there from this Kinese Banking, which is really interesting. I'm going to leave this link for you guys, but they're talking about doing a a form of digital banking that's backed by gold and silver, and it's fully audible. So if that's the case, then that's something you would be listening to. If they can prove that you could audit everything that they do and there's no sneaky stuff, this would be a very interesting way of banking, because it does include both cashing out and having physical gold and silver as well as currencies and stuff like that. So I'll leave a link for this, but it's just this gentleman here we're going to listen to. He is the one that's running it, but I just want you to listen what he's saying about gold and silver and stuff. Okay, listen.
We are absolutely certain that Goldman Sachs has long ago split ranks with the likes of JP Morgan and Citi, both of whom happen to be agents for the Fed. Now, to put it crudely, Goldman is nobody's bitch. Word has it that they are cooperating with the Bank of England, who is readying for an inevitable gold price revaluation. Well, what the hell is that going to do to silver? Goldman Sachs is simply, what they're just doing, what they do is capitalizing on exactly what every other rational trader is doing right now. The fundamentals increasingly dictate that the price of gold, and that's the gold price in US dollars, is grossly undervalued. It's a no-brainer. From my discussions with liquidity providers on a daily basis, there will be no offers to sell any size of physical bullion below 2,200 to 2,500 bucks. And Goldman Sachs are doing exactly what their sovereign counterparts and the Asian central banks are doing, which is accumulating as much cheap physical gold bullion as they can. And
okay, you see what he's saying? He's saying I just showed you right now, the gold is at 1,800. He's saying nobody is parting ounces of gold for less than 2,200. He said right now, that's what they're doing. There's nobody who's going to part without a huge premium on gold. That's gold right now, but the same could be said for silver, all right? Let me move up here just a little bit ahead, because instead of me doing a bunch of different videos and they get stuck and it goes really slow, it's easier for me just to push it up like this.
Anything real, gold and silver, of course, are part of that process. But yeah, so we're really seeing it's time to revalue gold and in a sense that drag silver as, when I say drag silver, it ignites silver to a level which probably most people will not understand. It'll be anyone who thinks about starting to sell at 21.5, you'll see how quickly it rises into the 30s. And then once you get into the 30s, you watch how quick that thing moves. It'll take no prisoners. And so really, I think that You
hear what he's saying? Once silver starts rising up, it's going to be, look at it's already going. It's at $19.75 an ounce. He said right now you can't buy it less than $22, $23 from bullion dealers. So that's a huge jump on the premium as well. But he's saying once it goes to around $21 on the market, $21.50, then it's going to quickly jump up into the 30s. And then after that, once gold starts reaching a certain level, and then you're going to see them both take off. But he says silver is going to erupt. He says if you think you can guess the value that it's going to stop at, you're grossly grossly underestimated. He goes, it's going to go to a level unheard of, the value of silver. So that's why people are like, I can't afford gold and silver. I go, look, trust me, man. Focus on the silver. Silver is going to outperform gold. Now, don't get me wrong. If you can afford it and you get a mixture of it, then please do. But for people out there who are really struggling, really struggling, and you can only afford one, focus on silver. Focus on silver. Okay? That's what you should be focusing on. Okay? So even if you can't even afford 1 ounce of silver, buy a fractional. See if they sell half ounces of silver. Start somewhere is what I'm saying. Try to find a way. I've gave everybody a million different types of examples to go about finding ways to afford silver. Yard sales, you know what I mean? Can collecting, something like that, all right?
Let it go and be on the right side of it, which these insiders are on the right side of this.
Yeah, and when you mentioned silver and the $20, $21 area, I mean, again, in 2016, got over $20. Last year, got close to $20. And you talked about the trend lines and how people dig their heels in. Bart Chilton talked about all the stop orders and the trading activities that's around the handles, those big round numbers. I've heard people speculate that some of these derivatives, whether it's a Citigroup or a Deutsche Bank, you know, that once silver starts getting in that 20 to 25 range, that things get triggered. And when you think about, well, someone's short all this paper, it's amazing that
The $20 to $25 range. It's at 1975 right now. All right. By the way, the video is Arcadia Economics. I'm gonna leave a link to his YouTube channel. He actually has a ton of great videos as well.
The last fix at this level was September 2011. I mean, we're getting very close to where the breakout point is. I think shorts are spooked. Why wouldn't you be? You would now, if you were short this market, and you would definitely be starting to look at dips to cover. So I think we've moved from a sell the rally move into a buy the dip mode. And I think any dips from here on are going to be used by insiders to buy back positions.
And what they do is they spook speculators. So if they can find a way, if they can successfully find a way to get the values of gold and silver to drop, then people start to think, oh my God, I'm losing a ton of money. So you end up investing emotionally, which is bad. So they start panicking and then they start selling their gold and their silver. Or it goes another way. If you can get it to jump up in a small chunk and people go, ooh, I just, I bought silver at $20 an ounce. Now it's worth 30, and they go, this is a good time. And they jump the gun and they turn around and sell. That's another way to do this. And so basically they know they're selling extremely undervalued silver from you, and they can store up on it, right? This guy, throughout both of these interviews I'm going to show you, he tells everybody, it's plain as could be, that there are big companies that are storing silver are being forced to go to a much higher security type of storage facility, because once our silver reaches around $50 an ounce, insurance companies won't insure holders and stores of silver unless they have a type of maximum security warehouse. So, and he said they're already struggling right now to find the facilities. He was naming off J.P. Morgan, some of the people in the comics. I mean, they were naming different places of people who are running around panicking, trying to find big enough, secure enough places to store silver. Do you understand what that does to the value of silver? He's already talking this next interview over here, because we're going to go over this next video. I'm come out of here. Over here, he's talking about the DOJ told J.P. Morgan to reduce their silver position. Oh, they found a loophole around it. They just backdoored it and resold it to themselves in a tricky kind of way. But J.P. Morgan is the largest holder, I think, of gold and silver. There definitely is a movement happening right now. But let's go ahead and get over to I just wanted you to hear what he's saying real quick here.
Fantastic webinars you put on. There is a whole range of people. Clearly, there's people who just want stacking.
Stackers.
That's very, very, probably the smartest people around.
You heard he's saying people are stacking silver right now. Are the smartest people around. Silver stackers are the smartest people around. You're dang skippy doodah, we are.
Is under investigation by the DOJ, and it's posturing to settle the RICO case against them with massive fines and possibly,
Talk about JP
minimal
Morgan.
jail time for the lowliest traders. That's been promised. I don't think that's going to happen. Certainly, I don't see it happening at the board level where they would have known about these excess position limits and these trades. But the first thing they've been required to do by the DOJ is to get their position limits back in line with CFTC agreed levels. Now, it was 1,500 lots, you remember, and then it was increased last night to 3,000 lots, and uploading and selling close to 6,000 lots does get the monkey off their back, monkey being the DOJ. But the footprint suggests that this criminal enterprise found a way to actually profit greatly because they still control the unregulated exchange for physical spread, which is what we just referred to as that spread that we just looked at.
So you see what he's saying? JP Morgan was investigated by the DOJ. They're promising jail time. We will see, because you want to hear something interesting. You see me complain about how corrupt people help out other corrupt people. Jamie Dimon runs JP Morgan. He's the one that was the leader of this criminal enterprise and the manipulation of the silver market. Guess what? Joe Biden wants him on his cabinet. So they willingly and knowingly take these people with criminal backgrounds and put them in their cabinet. That's what they are doing. This is why I just don't trust the Democrats anymore. They just continue this corruption. They have a habit of accusing people for crimes that they're actually guilty of. Anyways, I just wanted to show you a little bit about what this guy's saying. What is he saying? Well, okay, there's a shortage on gold and silver. He's telling you that people who are stackers are actually the genius ones. That's us. Okay? We are in a prime position to benefit. He's telling you that people are paying way more than what the market value is for gold and silver both. He's saying nobody's selling silver for less than $2,200 an ounce. I'm talking about the big banks. We still could find it right now, like Money Metals. We can get it because they're talking about people who are buying large amounts of it, all right? Silver is now at $19.75. This guy said if it gets up anywhere between 2025, it's going to skyrocket. And he said, you heard what he said, at levels unheard of. He said nobody can even imagine where silver is going to go. I showed that one video to you guys. That one guy said, only 1 out of every 1,000 people are going to be able to position themselves or know to position themselves with gold and silver and come out of whatever's coming up, come out of it wealthy on the other side. Somebody said, I don't think this is going to happen with Trump. You don't think so, huh? Well, March, Trump bought 43,000 tons of gold. In April, he set a record, 111,000 tons of gold. Something is going on. Trump is positioning us in a very positive way. According to this article, even if the IMF removes us and it devalues our currency, that's when we would take advantage of the currency exchange. Because if our dollar does devalue by 80%, that means other currencies around us make sense, would increase 80%. That's why I keep saying, this is why I think we're seeing the move to make Iraq, give them back their sovereignty and remove the restrictions off the currency. This would be good. And the 80% increase in their exchange rate would be a pretty big dang jump. We would take that money, and there's other things happening with the currency as well. They are talking about going to a gold back or gold backing their currency as well, the dinar. So what that means is what? If Trump does move gold and revalue it to a minimum of $10,000 an ounce to support the new type of currency, well, what does that do to the currency of the dinar? Its value if they have more gold to support a higher rate. They've been buying more gold. See what I'm saying? So right now, what you should be focusing on is your own position where you are with silver and gold. Many of you have bought tons and tons and tons of gold and silver. But I have some people who don't have a lot of funds available to buy any. And I tell you this, I keep saying, try I told you there's stories that somebody said I quit vaping because they can use that money towards stacking. People are reducing the amount that they drink. People are giving up the coffee for a little bit. It's only a short period of time. As much money as you spend on fast food, Starbucks coffee, think about it. There are ways. Try making coffee from home for just a little while. Kids, go out and cut lawns, rake up leaves, start doing chores, collect aluminum cans, yard sales, bake sales. Some of you guys got extra cars you don't even drive. Some of you people told me you got extra homes you're getting rid of because nobody's renting them and they're just sitting there. And you'd rather have the gains from the house now before it gets devalued. Now, I'm not trying to tell you go sell your houses and stuff like that. I'm saying people are finding alternative ways to come up with the money. So this article states that if this does happen, it's supposed to happen in October. So that gives you between now and October in the worst case scenario. And I mean worst case meaning we would obviously like to have more time to position ourselves. But what you should be mentally telling yourself is there's a huge possibility that the currency reset as well as gold and silver revaluing is going to happen in October 2020. I'm already showing you. Look at this is today's market. Really? Silver at 1975? Good lordy. Good lordy. Look at 1813. Come on, silver. Where you at right now? 1978 and climbing. Now, having said that, people don't panic. I'm just saying right now, use your noggin. Find a way. Somewhere out there, people owe you money that you lend out right now. Might be a good time to do it. Some of you guys smoke cigarettes. Maybe think about reducing. Some of you guys drink a lot of alcohol. I had to reduce my alcohol consumption a little bit because I felt like I don't have enough. Somebody said, "What is your goal, Pimpy?" I said, "My goal was 1,000 ounces of silver. Now my goal is I can't get enough. That's what my goal is now." I don't know how much more I can show you. That whatever's happening seems to be coming up here very quickly. We see the movement happening very fast with Iraq. The recognition of their sovereignty seems to be coming here at any moment. What I'm hoping goes along with that is the fact that their currency restrictions will be removed. And I'm thinking the only reason why nobody's come down yet on Vietnam for their currency manipulation is because they're going to be part of the revaluing as well. And all this will happen at the same time. We're really going to have to be really diligent in watching what's going on. I watch this all day, every day, nonstop, waiting for something to pop up so I can share. All right? So look, if you're not a subscriber, please do so. And also hit the notification buttons because as these things happen like they are, I'm going to tell you guys, hey, this is what's going on. And you don't want to be sitting around missing it because you're not getting any types of notifications. 51% of you that watch my videos are not subscribers. All right? It's moving. This is good. I told you that I thought once this got to 1900, that was going to stop it. Lynette Zhang said the same thing, and I showed you a third person coming out and saying if this gets up around 1920, it's going to take off. This guy just said if silver hits 20 bucks, look at that. If silver hits 20 bucks, somewhere between 20 and 25, it's going to quickly shoot up to 30. Even at 30, that is really undervalued. Don't give up. Just keep trying, okay? Anyways, I just wanted to share this information with you because it's exciting. I am looking into a lot of other news I hope to share shortly, but I wanted to show you, look at gold and silver is making a move again. Again. All right? These are types of things that I'm going to keep an eye out for you guys. I'll keep you updated, all right? If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so and turn on the notification buttons because it helps out the channel, but it also helps you out too, so you could be aware whenever I post a video. You don't want to be behind any of this by 1 hour, 2 hours, because you weren't aware or didn't get a notification on a video. Because if they do these moves, I'm going to tell you right now what the exchange rates are when they happen for any of them. Okay? All right, then, you guys. I'll catch you later.